Alright, so welcome back. If you didn't see the last video, we talked about this SNS Power corporate press kit, and today we're going to be talking about this Togo corporate press kit. Now, if you want to see a Premier Rides or an Aerodynamics corporate press kit, then there's links in the description to videos by Zoni's Coasters and Aero Enlightenment Leader, who are both ride ops, by the way. So there's two good reasons to go subscribe to them and watch their videos. They're awesome and very interesting. So yeah, let's get right into this Togo press kit. A lot more subdued off the bat than the SNS one. Open it up here. All right, so we'll start with the left side here. We have these sort of postcards here. It says, "Who'd want to sit next to this kid on a ride?" Yep, his dad. Wow, it's very 90s. This press kit's a little bit older than the SNS one. The newest thing in here was around late 1996. So see the exciting new junior rides from Togo. Kiddie coaster, kiddie plane, kiddie stage, kiddie shuttle, specifically overbuilt to keep fun-loving little kids in line. Yeah, that's right, that's the Japanese way. Right alongside their parents. Yeah, all right. So yeah, it's a sort of a little postcard promotion for them at IAPA. And then right here, we have, you know what this is an ad for. That's right. Imagine a roller coaster themed to one of the scariest rides in the world. Manhattan Express is what this is advertising. You can read it there. It's, yeah, if you can dream it, we can build it. Togo. That was their apparent slogan. And then they have all of these news Togo, ha ha ha, play on words, from starting in 1994 with this one. You can read the full thing here. So Togo riding high. 1994 has been a very busy year for Togo. Overall, 26 new attractions were installed at theme parks around the world, and in addition, this year marked a turning point in Togo's roller coaster industry. Yep, because this was the year that they invented the Heartline coaster, not this Heartline coaster, but the Heartline. Well, actually, yeah, this Heartline coaster, but not the Ultra Twister, but the actual Heartline. They claim to have invented it. I don't know if that's 100% true, seeing as B&M inverts and B&Ms existed before 1994. But Togo claims to have invented the Heartline, and they were very proud of that. And you'll see, I think this is Mega Coaster at, what's the name of the park? I don't know it. But that was, I believe, the first Heartline. Yeah, here it is. So you can see it's got like a diagram of a coaster going through a heartline. So all of these people who have no idea what a heartline is can see what's actually going on. So it's got some Plan A specifications. So if you know what these layouts are, let me know in the comments below, because these are example layouts for what a heartline coaster could be. And you've got a picture here of a heartline coaster going through a heartline. Mega Coaster, yeah, so Mega Coaster was the first Heartline coaster, and that's what they're talking about here. That coaster is still in operation. So over here, Togo International product line. So it goes through all of their rides. We'll quickly go through them. The Hillis Cycle, Heartline coaster, interactive attractions like dark rides, that sort of stuff. Dark rides, separate. I guess that's probably a shooting dark ride. Diving scooter, I'm guessing that's just sort of a shoot the chute. 360 rotating vehicle, dark ride. You can see some similarities to what a lot of Chinese manufacturers' marketing is like now with translations to English. Water parade, sky ship, which was some kind of suspended monorail. Roller coasters. Now this roller coaster is apparently very interesting. According to some people in the Discord server, this was another one of their super roller coasters, as they called it, which is a hyper coaster, but it was indoors, and it actually closed, I believe, in late 90s. So there's very few photos of it, but there are some in here. Ultra Twister, standing coaster. You can see this is back when it was both sides were standing. Crazy Mouse, Mad Wheel, which I know some of the flat ride enthusiasts who watch the channel will be very interested in that, and a Giant Wheel. And this actually opens up. So 360 rotating vehicles, turning heads, shooting coaster. That's right. You wanted to have a shooting dark ride and a coaster. Oh yeah, Fantasy Dome. That was the name of the park. According to some people in the Discord, there were a few of those that were like a chain of indoor Japanese parks, and each one got a very strange Togo ride, which is why it's labeled under here as Custom Crazies. the opening of 2 new Fantasy Dome indoor facilities comes 2 new custom designed coasters. Crazy Mouse, as I guess the one they're promoting here, which I believe was a looping Wild Mouse. But yeah, they were all very interesting rides. And then it's got some of their passenger power concepts over here. So all of those pedal rides that are pretty famous. And yeah, that's it for this edition. You can see it's got their old Cincinnati, Ohio address. That's where Togo, U.S. based. That's where they were based in the U.S. is Cincinnati. It's pretty interesting. Next up, we have 1995. So that was fall 1994. This is fall 1995. You can see they've modernized a bit, and they've actually got a picture of Great Adventures Viper on here, which will be very prevalent in the rest of this. So yeah, the first Heartline coaster in the world, Viper, even though they claim that the first Heartline coaster in the world in this one was Mega Coaster, but no, it's Viper. So Heartline roll, yep, so it goes in the whole details with the Heartline roll like the last one did. As we all know, Viper was a huge failure, so it's kind of interesting to see some pictures of it here. Talks about capacity, 800 to 1,700 5-train operation. Holy cow, Togo. I don't believe that. 800 passengers an hour is more likely. A lot of these Asian manufacturers don't care too much about capacity, and it really shows, especially in like Golden Horse and even Togo back in the day. If we can make it here, we can make it anywhere. New York, New York. So start spreading the news. Togo will build a Heartline roller coaster in and out and on top of New York, New York Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. Scheduled to open December 1996. As we all know, it didn't open until 1997, early 1997. But yeah, they were very proud of Big Apple Coaster, as they should be, winning a contract like that. Unfortunately, didn't really work out that well in the end. Wheel of Fortune, first Togo wheel. Yep, so lots of interesting stuff to be, like 1949, first Togo wheel. Very interesting stuff. Never knew Togo was that little of a company. It's got a cool picture of Viper here. Like a high-speed chase inside my mom's spin dryer. It's very 90s. It's fun. June 1st, 1995 marked Togo's 60th year of amusement industry service, which their first attraction was a 5-foot walking elephant, according to this. Very interesting. Moving movies, so more dark ride stuff, more twist, more shout. I'm guessing this, what is this? More revenues. They've doubled the capacity of the Ultra Twister with the Twin Ultra Twister. I think I saw that at IAAPA, an old IAAPA video. Shows the Twin Ultra Twister, and this is advertising it. It doesn't have a picture of it, it just has a picture of a normal Ultra Twister, unfortunately. So you could be seeing double profits in no time. Yep, so advertises them at IAAPA, as you can see right here. From Japan to you, Togo. You can read that page. And let's move on to the next issue, which is fall 1996. As you can see, this was the year Fujiyama opened as the world's tallest coaster. So they actually were pretty much top of the industry at this point, or very, very well up there. I think B&M, you could still say was top of the industry, but like Togo was up there. Like Arrow had fallen at this point, I think it's safe to say. So Togo has done it again with Fujiyama, the world's tallest roller coaster. Yep. And it still stands as a pretty good ride, too, apparently. I would love to ride it sometime. Got a cool picture of it there. This guy seems bewildered. And then here's a big advertisement for Manhattan Express, New York, New York Hotel and Casino. Take the M train. You board Manhattan Express from inside the casino. Yep, whole lots of interesting stuff there. And over here, you see each year they were kind of teasing their next thing. So you can see there's Fantasy Dome. That's their weird hyper coaster. It wasn't over 200 feet, but still, you can see it went in and out of the building like that. Surf Coaster, as many of you know, that's a pretty good Togo still out there in Japan. Here's another Fantasy Dome. That's the Looping Mouse. And right here, Feeling Naughty, Windjammer, a steel racing coaster, will open at Knott's Berry Farm in 1997. And we all know how well that went. So, yep, it advertises that there. Tokyo Dome, an underground complex including a themed coaster and a dark ride. So there's some interesting concepts in Japan that either we don't have photos of or don't even know anything about that is in here. So more about people power, which we read in the last issue. And just kidding, so this is their introduction to their kids' rides. So I would say this was probably like early 1997 that this press kit got sent out to someone. So yep, Togo International, Cincinnati, Ohio. Now move on to the other side of the press kit, and this is where the meat and potatoes is of this. And you see they actually have their old contact on here. I wonder what she's doing now, Linda Round. So Togo corporate profile. Togo is celebrating 63 years as a supplier. One of the world's largest amusements. I mean, this is just their brag sheet. You can read that if you want. Wait, what's that? Maintains rides. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought it said maintains parks. Okay. You can see here the Heartline coaster, as they've bragged about for quite a bit now. It's got some model designs here, and they do say under here that this can be custom, but these are just some ideas. If you know what any of those are, please feel free to tell me in the comment section below. I could guess, but I don't want to. You see I got a picture of Manhattan Express and Viper on there. Nothing on the back of this one. The Kitty Shuttle. So this is one of those weird coasters. I think Theme Park Crazy actually did a video on it. But this is the actual advertisement for it. You see you have the exact specs here. So 35 feet, 10 meters tall, and 111.5 feet long, or 34 meters long. I mean, the reason I don't think these things caught on is the sun-keyed ones, or however you pronounce it, they require no operator, and this thing did require an operator. Nothing on the back of that one. So dark ride transportation systems. So all the dark rides that we've been looking at before, if you recognize any of these, again, let me know in the comments below. And they have a suspended monorail here. I think those are in quite a few Japanese parks still. None of them really made it over here though, but they were willing to sell them over here, clearly. And yep, customized transportation systems to go. Ha ha ha. Yeah, ray guns are in, guys. Yeah, all sorts of interesting advertising going on in here. New trackless vehicles, so trackless dark rides. I mean, this was about the time that was starting to become a thing. Yep, move on to the next one. All these will be photocopied and scanned and in the comment section or description once that's done. So we got the Kiddie Stage, which has, it's basically one of these generic kids rides. Nothing too special about it. The Kiddie Plane, I based off of a Zamperla midi jet. And then some of these powered rides, or human powered rides, officially known as Sky Cycles. Easy pedal action, 2 adult plus small child seating capacity makes this self-powered ride ideal for the entire family. Custom layouts are available. I'm actually gonna, well, it's kind of a liability in the US that these didn't get sold. In Japan, you can kind of get away with it. And Kitty Coaster. So I think a few of these were sold. I think Togo's last coaster, because Togo is still in business, believe it or not. They just are no longer making rides. They're still making parts, though. As far as I know, they could make a comeback. Who knows? You got this sort of a different Togo Kids logo. It wasn't even on the other one, which is kind of interesting. Both parents and children can enjoy this coaster, engineered to handle family thrill seekers of just about any size. Standard layouts are 100 meters and 400 meters lengths, and custom layouts are also available. So I think Tokyo Disney Sea got one of these as Togo's last coaster, which is kind of interesting. They're built real well, it would seem. And here was with a big deal. So Super Coaster, Super Roller Coaster, inspired every other hypercoaster you can, if you want to look at it that way, because we have a picture of Bandit. Actually, all these except one are pictures of Bandit. Right here is that weird one at the indoor park I was mentioning. Very few photos of that exist. So, yeah, most of these are Bandit, which of course inspired Magnum. You can look here. Super Roller Coaster was designed to thrill its riders with experiences other than the loop and corkscrew. It may travel through a number, the light's in the way, a number of peaks and valleys, or race from the bottom to the top of its helix. Structural characteristics produce a clean, sleek designs that are appealing to the eye, but not distracting to the atmosphere created by the park. The Super Roller Coaster exemplifies Togo's ability to combine the attractions. Yeah, you can read the whole thing. But yeah, it talks a lot about Bandit here, and it's got the actual ride layouts for two. I think one of these is Bandit, and the other could be that indoor one, but you can see the above mentioned are not standard designs. Their use was to provide examples of custom design work by Togo. Yeah, so that's the weird indoor one. As you can see, lift height 115 feet. Super Roller Coaster, not even going to try and pronounce that. And then Bandit over there on the left, and you can see it's got actual statistics for height. Maximum height difference is 256 feet, but the lift height is 167 feet, and it does not give a drop height, so we still don't know if Bandit is a hypercoaster. If it was the first hyper, still not exactly clear, unless you define a height difference as the thing that characterizes it as a hyper or not. So, yep. Now on to just normal roller coasters, not super coasters of the non-super variety here. There's a very old design there of a sort of a jet coaster, and then some looping designs, including this weird supported one that's got pretty famous. It's sort of a Togo take on an aero looper. And you can see another one down here. These things are pretty popular in Japan, but they didn't really make it outside of Japan, not even to other parts of Asia. Okay, roller coaster is a signature of the park where it's built. Yep, that's true. In most cases, I guess, even now. Camelback, so it's got some standard designs here. Loop coaster and loop and screw. Don't you want to just ride a loop and screw? We now have the standing coaster. I think that's a Skyrider right there. I think. Let me see. Yeah, I think it says Skyrider. So this is possibly Skyrider at Canada's Wonderland, as well as there's that Japanese one, and that was back when they were both stand-up. As many of you know, that's now one side standing, one side sitting. Let's see the other side here. Standing coaster. Togo pioneered the standing coaster. Yes, they did. With the this is interesting because we actually don't 100% know what the first stand-up coaster was, but this might settle it. With the installation of the Astro Comet in 1982, the world's first roller coaster ridden in a standing position. So if that is true, and that's not confirmed on RCDB does not know when that coaster opened, then it is confirmed that that was the first stand-up coaster. So if you guys want to do some research on that, you are more than welcome to. Yeah, they are very proud of the Togo stand-up, which they received an IAPA award for in 1982, which is very interesting. So you can see here's some standard designs. I believe this is the dual track one, and this is a single track one. And we have a giant wheel. Nothing super interesting here. They're pretty generic. You can see we've really increased in height now because I think that Sameco company I covered last week, they were doing 100-meter wheels. So yeah, a little bit outdated. I wouldn't buy one now. Interesting stuff. Now we have the Crazy Mouse. Very famous Togo model, I feel like. A lot of people in the West know about this one. Because it was a looping Crazy Mouse. And of course, we have Windjammer as our one and only very bad example of this. But there are many of these still operating in Japan. Relatively small site into an unforgettable entertainment experience with its vertical loops, corkscrews, quick turns, hills, valleys, and camel hump. Yep, camel hump. So they have the loop and screw type 1, which is this layout here, and the loop type 2. You can take a look at that. And we have the ever-famous Ultra Twister. See some very interesting photos. I don't know what Ultra Twister this is. This might be the one that was at Great Adventure and ended up at Astro World, but I'm not sure. You guys can tell me if I am wrong. Over here we have, there's nothing traditional about this coaster. Twisted steel tube structure fascinates the onlooker and thrills those that dare to challenge it. That sounds realistic. Yep, awarded at the IAPA 1988 trade show. Yep, it's a very interesting concept. This could be the first heart-lining coaster. So we have the Sky Cycle here, so very well known. Everyone who goes to Japan on a coaster trip rides one of these, especially this design here. Oh, don't show that one yet. Yep, you can read that there. Nothing too special. Smooth turning capability. That's right. It won't be rough. I would hope not. Now we have the Mad Wheel. Now this is one of the strangest flat rides ever. So we have some actual photos of the Mad Wheel, which are hard to come by, as well as some concept art down here. You can see the restraints, as well as the ride in operation. And yeah, it's just so weird. It honestly is very interesting. The Rock and Roller is one of 3 themes developed for the Mad Wheel, Togo's latest achievement. The combination of 3 separate movements creates a sensation or a situation of rapid changing G-force. The rotation of the arm, the rotation of the wheel, and the swinging of the gondolas combine to create a condition which is accurately described by its name, the Mad Wheel. 35 meters tall, wonderful view of the park and the surroundings, in addition to providing park an excellent and visually appealing vertical reference. So yeah, that's translates to 113 feet, arm radius of 30.8 feet, and a wheel diameter of 42.4 feet. Very interesting. 9 gondolas. You can see here they've illustrated the movement of any one particular gondola throughout the ride sequence. So I imagine it would be rather intense. Shame not many of these got built. I don't know the exact number. If there's any of you flat ride enthusiasts that know something about this, feel free to tell me in the comments below, and it will be pinned, because I don't know much about this, but I hope someone out there does, because it's very weird and a very cool flat ride that looks really fun. Next one, we have the Sky Ship here. I think this is our last one. Which is just your standard suspended monorail from Togo. It's got some more stats in here. So, sail into a world of imagination. Beautifully themed suspended monorail. Yep, so single car suspended monorail. Never really caught on here in the US, but in lots of Asian parks they have these. So, go ahead and ride one if you're ever in the area. Very interesting. And that is all that is in this press kit. On the back here, it's got a very subdued sort of back where it just tells you Togo International, their exact address in Cincinnati, Ohio. But yeah, that will do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, then thank you. Go check out the other press kit videos, both for me and Zoni's Coasters and Aero Enlightenment Leader. Links are in the description. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.